These are all my hand planes and my router plane. My block planes are going in here. But I've decided that I'm going to keep it like this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I know that this is a special plane for me. It's never been used. It belonged to my great-grandfather. So I'm going to keep that in a special place. It's not going to be a part of the working planes here. Now I have to decide whether I want to keep something like this in my shoulder plane, or am I going to get a bigger one, you know, that type of thing. And this router plane, I believe I'm not going to keep that on here either. I'm just going to keep this space open and, you know, see what happens down the road. If I end up upgrading my shoulder plane to a larger one, it's just, you don't know. That's the way life is. So I'm going to take and space these out. I think I got plenty of scrap material behind me there to make these dividers from. But I'm going to take these 3 boards that I've got, and I like this one especially because it's nice and straight grain, but it's got a bend in it like you wouldn't believe. So cutting it into small strips and making those dividers make sense to me, or smaller pieces. Then I've got these other 2 boards that are 8 feet. Stain as well as that other one, and I'm going to just plane all of these down to 3/8 and kind of get rid of all that stain, and whatever color they are after I get done with them is fine. So I've got to remove these nails, and I hope those are the only 2. They are, as far as I can tell right now. But since I upgraded to this Shelix head with these carbide cutters, this did no damage that I know of. I ran my board through that side again, and there's no streaks from the cutters being nicked. And I have yet to flip those cutters. I've run, I don't know how many board feet through this thing since I've upgraded, and I'm telling you, the best decision I ever made. You can see where it skimmed off part of the head, and the ends are definitely shined up as well. Well, I decided to stop at a half. I'm going to go half by half. And the reason being, I took my brass setup bars over to my plane till, and 3/8 would work, but it would leave me quite a bit of space on the end, and that'd be fine. But I'm not sure about putting a screw through it. That was my only thought on that. So I'm gonna cut these, rip some strips at a half, and just kind of see how things lay out from there. Alright, 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch spacers. I've got everything fairly tight. I mean, it's tight. Let's just put it like that. So, but I don't want these things to be tight. So down here at the end, I've got about just under 1.5 inches left over. So if I put an 1/8 inch spacing so that I can drop these in without any problem, that would take me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 eighths, 1 3/8. I am 1 3/8. I'm about a 1/16 plus over that. So that, for me, the math works perfectly. All right, one down and however many to go. I used these parallels as my spacers. They're an 1/8 inch thick, so they work out well because they give you a nice long reference, and if I needed to use 3 of them, they're all the same. The thing that I was going to point out to you here is that I've got the one done. I was thinking about doing a filler strip up on top here, but it was too complicated. So I'm just going to live with it. This one's going to extend past a little bit, my number 7. This one I'll end up putting flush, building a custom bottom down here. This one would do fine sitting down like that as well, but I want to stagger them up. So what I've done here is I've taken my strips, figured out the approximate. I have the length figured out on my miter saw because I miter cut this at 17 degrees to match this bevel, and I'm just closely marking 1 inch, 11 inches, 21 inches, and just kind of going from there. Originally I thought that I'd extend them past a little bit, but I've given up on that idea. Making good progress. This piece here, I don't know how long it's going to be, so I just temporarily blocked it at 4.5 inches. Seemed like a good enough measurement to me because I needed some room for this one, but all of these are going to be at the same distance. So I've got the bevel cut, and I'm just dropping in screws as I go along here. So far so good. I like it. You got some open space here. I can deal with that later. But this essentially is done, except I need to make some, I don't have to, but I want to make some blocks here or some holders to kind of keep things level across the top, I guess. But I think it'd be better than having them sit down like that. I don't know. What I need to do is put it up in the case and try it. So that's going to be my next order of business here. The other thing I'm going to do is take off these side pieces, and then I'll I got to screw these into the sides of the case. Then I can screw the plane till into this. And my plan is to try and drill a pilot hole and go a little bit diagonal and catch the birch plywood instead of this other stuff here, and then make it a nice solid fit. So let me get that done and I'll come back and show it to you.